project now. So what am I working on? What could it be? Well, it's going to be Eldar, but it's not any of the new Eldar. Not just yet. Take a look at this. Warhammer Eldar Battle Force. Fuerza de Combat Eldar. Detachment Eldar. Armata degli Eldar. And I don't think I can get this full box in view, but man, this is an amazing piece of box art. With modern 40k and modern Games Workshop, there's a tendency now for the miniatures and the art that accompanies the art books and stuff to emulate more closely the miniatures, and so you'll see what you see in the illustrations and the art is going to be very, very close to the end product of the miniature. And it makes sense from a business standpoint. You know, if you're just some random person coming into a store and you see a box with gorgeous artwork and you're like, yeah, there's like miniatures for this. Here it is, and then you build it and it looks nothing like the box art. That's a little bit of a problem, right? I've noticed this is a little dusty. Give me a second while I can kind of dust this off just a little bit. But this is from an era where they weren't really concerned with that sort of thing, and so they kind of let their artists and illustrators really go, let their imagination run wild with whatever they wanted to, really, as far as the, well, I don't want to say whatever they wanted to. I'm sure they had an art director, they had certain limitations and stuff, right? But you can see that there really isn't a model, as far as I know, there really isn't a model that resembles this figure here at all. I'm guessing it's some kind of Dire Avenger or an Exarch or something along those lines. And it just to me, this is what I had envisioned for the Eldar for a very long time. You know, this is this kind of imagery, right? Just very alien, very weird. And you can tell that there's parts that look very human or relatable. There's a sword, there's some sort of gun here. Obviously, it's got, like, you know, a leg and stuff, but so much of it feels very alien, very strange. And that's what I really enjoyed about the Eldar range. But yeah, so with the current illustrations for Warhammer, whether it be Age of Sigmar or 40k, you won't see something like this just because they'll probably create an illustration that looks much closer to something that you're going to be buying and will resemble the final product that you assemble out the box. This here is a Viper jet bike, and this is more or less what the Viper jet bike looks like. I realize there's a bit of glare, so right there. And over here there's a Falcon grav tank, and again that's fairly representative of what the end product for that looks. But it's kind of unusual by modern day standards to have an illustration like this, especially when there's definitely nothing like this character within the contents of this box. Can I flip this over? There's the things that I'm painting are not in here, so it's kind of okay. You get all these guardians, 20 guardians, which I think I didn't, I kind of messed around with the guardians. So I have less than 20, I'm pretty sure. There's the grav tank. I didn't realize it came with these trees. I'm not too crazy about this jungle terrain, to be honest. Yeah, I have a bunch of this stuff, and I've never assembled it just because I don't really like it. Maybe there's someone out there on the internet that has done a better job of making this look cool, but yeah, I'm not too fond of the jungle stuff. The jungle terrain included here. 3 jet bikes and the Viper. So this is what I'm working on. Pardon me the sound of stuff jiggling and jostling around. This is what I'm working on. However, the contents of this box, it's not in this box. They're actually in this smaller box that I have here. This is a this is just a unboxing episode, I suppose. Here we are. So I actually took a look at this stuff previously, so I don't really need to take everything out again. But today I'm thinking about working on this stuff, the grav tank. Sorry, not the grav tank. The jet bikes and possibly the Falcon. Sorry, the Viper. I think that the names have changed since then. I'm not really 100% sure. Just kind of put these away in a way that I can safe. I might need the plastic bases. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so let's see. This here's the Viper, and we're team sub-assembly nowadays, so we're going to be much more conscious of putting things together in a way that makes sense and disassembling them so that they're easier to paint. And to tell you the truth, there's a decent amount of modeling work that I think I have to redo and reconsider with these models, because I put the quote-unquote modern or current or soon-to-be retired torsos of the Eldar Guardians on these jet bikes, so that they weren't. This is again something that I did a long time ago, so that they won't be the older style of Eldar. But if you take a look at the arms, they don't really socket in a way that makes sense. Ooh, I just saw that this torso just came loose. Woohoo, look at that. So I'm gonna have to think of something about how to better place these elbows into the socket. Sorry, the shoulders into the socket. Gonna have to think about that. But I figure, how about at the start of the stream, let's just focus on cleaning up these models, because yeah, this is I didn't do a super great job of cleaning them back then. Just a dumb teenager. And so let's do that, and then we'll start thinking about what we need to do to fix this area. And I'm thinking it's going to have to like do some cutting or green stuffing. I think maybe some green stuff will do. I'd rather do green stuff than cutting, although that being said, I kind of don't love green stuff as well, because it's just I don't enjoy having to roll it up. It's kind of annoying to me. Okay, so let's start just looking at the model and seeing what we have to clean up. Again, this is the assembly job of a teenager who was just really excited to get these models and wasn't really thinking about doing a very tidy job. So that's what I'm trying to do now. Trying to fix the mistakes or the rush job of my teenager self. And I'm wondering, while I'm doing all this, I wonder if there's going to be any other opportunities to change or fix things. We'll see. This is, yeah, so I'm not really sure if I'll actually get any painting done per se. This could be just mostly modeling and shaving and sculpting stream, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe at most I'll be able to lay down a layer of primer if I do hand primering. We'll see. And yeah, all of this stuff, I'm just using this knife, this box cutter knife, to kind of take a look. But I'll probably go back and clean everything up. Here, for example, not very nice job cutting away from the sprue there, and I'll have to smooth that out. How's the hair? The hair's okay. Okay, yeah. Probably need to take a second pass at that, but we'll just continue on. Yeah, I can even feel how it kind of goes in, so I'm wondering if I can get away with filing it smooth down so that it's balanced, or will I have to go back with some kind of putty to even things out? I'd rather not go to that extent. Well, for one thing, I need to go out and buy putty, but also, yeah, feeling a little lazy about that. And again, it's probably a little hard to see, but I did do a bit of green stuff here to kind of close off some gaps. Again, not the best job. My teenager self. Yeah, I'm gonna have to file some of that down. I figure before we start painting this, it's probably a good idea to take a look at them again and just see what I need to do to kind of clean things up. And maybe there's going to be some extra modeling opportunities here, because these are the older jet bikes, so they do look a little dated in some regards. The general shape is fairly accurate. No one's going to mistake this as being anything else other than a jet bike, although, yeah, they're called something else now. But yeah, maybe there's some things I can do to kind of make these look a little nicer. We'll see. I'm not really too interested in going hog wild, customizing things right now at the moment. I'd rather just, get these done, right? Again, much like the Eldar Guardians, these models have been sitting in my box of stuff for years and years, so might as well try and work on them, try and finish them. Especially, we've got Eldar fever going around these days. Everyone's excited about the Eldar, the new range. I am. I'm pretty hyped. So yeah, might as well. It's funny, I'm more of a fantasy guy myself, fantasy or Age of Sigmar. I just got this box set. I remember getting this box set. Well, for one thing, as a part-time job, I painted armies for other people, and so I'm pretty sure I used the money that I got from a gig to purchase this. So that was kind of satisfying from that perspective, but also, yeah, I was just really excited about Eldar. I was really hyped for the Eldar, but it's very odd for me, and I can't even really nail down what was the specific reason. But it didn't take too long for me to just from me buying this and then pretty much shelving them for a good long time. I didn't drop the hobby completely, but yeah, within the next few years or so, I took a long break from the hobby. So now we're just gonna try and make sure that all this stuff is smooth. Give me a quick second, guys. Just gonna turn on the fan. Alright, sorry I I didn't mute the mic, so you may have heard a lot of jostling around just now. Okay, back to it, back to it. Yeah, this, I can tell that the mold line, or the nub rather, is just, I cut too closely. And now I'm trying to kind of smooth it out. Do I have a brush? I have ready a selection of brushes that I'm going to use to paint these things. I have so many brushes actually, so that shouldn't come as a surprise. Again, it's one of those things, if you've been in this hobby long enough, you're gonna have a lot of equipment, a lot of tools, but also because I'm an illustrator, because I'm an artist too, yeah, I have a lot of brushes for painting, art, smell your own farts kind of art. So I'm thinking about dipping into my stash of art brushes because I need something flat. I need something flat to really cover the surface of these models in an efficient way. Most of the brushes that I've been using lately doing these streams have been very small. Of course, these miniatures are very small, especially the individual characters and stuff like that, so no surprise there. Yeah, I'm trying to... I can tell that this one nub is just really persistent, and I'm just kind of trying to sand it down while making sure that the rest of the model looks balanced, I guess. Hopefully I can get away with that